This is my open video letter to anyone who is in college right now. I'm not upset with you. I know a lot of people here are angry and they're screaming and that you've lost your mind. The world is crazy and the world is insane. What's happening right now was determined by a small group of really smart people. You are currently being used as a pawn. We can't blame you because unfortunately, the generation that came before you, which is my generation, had even more divorces than the people who came before us. So some of you have never known a nuclear family. You've never had a Friday night dinner, whether you're Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, come from an atheist family. You don't know what it means to have community. For the last 25 to 50 years, people have been going to church and synagogue and mosque a lot less and less and less. And so that leaves us with our only communities at work and at school. 25 years ago, some people thought it would be a really smart idea to give money to colleges in exchange for power. That power was, if we give you millions and billions of dollars, will you teach your students to hate democracy? Something really scary and weird going on in the world, and we'll label it as Israel and America. Just for a second, take a deep breath and question your fundamental beliefs. You might not even know what that means, but your fundamental beliefs are what's in your heart. Now, I would venture to say that if I sat with you for even more than 5 minutes, you would say, I want to do good in the world. I want there to be peace in the world. I want there to be love in the world. I want everyone to have civil rights and human rights. If that is the case, please do not be fooled by the people with the money who have been teaching you your education. Your parents may have been out to lunch, you might not have even met your father or spent much time with your mother because she was working 2 or 3 jobs. You may think that your family, your Friendsgiving people that you hang out with on Thanksgiving, your chosen family, your professors who are really just trying to do the right thing. But unfortunately, you've all been in a really sophisticated, disgusting pyramid scandal programming that has been teaching you for years. The same people who have fought for thousands of years to protect your human rights are the bad guys. Classic gaslighting. You are so excited to finally have something to fight for, to finally have something to commune about, to finally have something to chant and sing and do great dances around. I don't mean maybe you weren't in dance club at school or you didn't once join in at your friend's quinceañera, someone's bar mitzvah, or you weren't in school choir. I mean, this has been sold to you as the most important, impassioned thing that you could possibly do with your time and your energy and your money. Some of you are being paid to do this. Some of you have been completely fooled by the whole thing, thinking, no, this is what I'm given a voice for. I promise you, there is so much better out there. I was one of you. Classes in college that taught me that all religions were bad and misogynistic and didn't care about gay rights or human rights or women's rights. I was sorely mistaken. And after spending a couple of years traveling the world, going to Thailand, India, Japan, Hong Kong, and then Israel, and volunteering and really seeing the world and getting out of the cable box and actually seeing what's out there, reading old texts and studying with people who were way wiser than me. Not smarter, didn't know what an iPhone was, but wiser, had wisdom. I spent a lot of time with elders who had been here and lived through wars and famines and abuse and were prisoners at some point. And what I learned from all this time and what I wish I could go back and hug that 22-year-old graduate, just tell her, Barb, it's okay to go home. And even though you're upset with what you think is Judeo-Christian values, those are actually the people who, even though you might have disagreements here and there, they're here to protect you from way worse. So before you pick up your sign or your megaphone or your Instagram and you start screaming vicious hatred, racist remarks, and violent tropes towards people that you don't even understand, please, I'm not even angry with you. I have so much compassion for you. I was one of you. Take a moment to take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, another hand on your belly, and just ask yourself for a second, is there a sweeter community I can be part of that believes in love. Love is way more powerful than violence and fear. Sometimes we have to stand up to evil. And there is something called evil in this world, and it sucks when you get a taste of what that is. But I'm trying to protect you so that it doesn't come back to bite you. Take a few moments, just tune in. You keep saying, I don't know. You know, deep down we all know. You know way beyond any facts that I could show you about how the Ottoman Empire was or what Iran's despicable leadership has done to their own people. But something has blinded you for the past 20 years because you're getting programmed this way, but really they are using you just like they've used the Palestinians. You are not a pawn. You have power, you have a soul, and even though you've been taught horrific things and you don't know your history, there's still time to learn it. It's okay to say, I was wrong. I want to learn what the truth is. The religious Christians and Jewish people in the world are not so great at PR. I don't mean the like ultra right. I mean the ones somewhere in the middle, the ones that are educated about what our Judeo-Christian values are. We're very polite. We're like, oh, that's so sad. No, I can't say anything. Oh, watching a train wreck. Actually giving you logic, but you can't hear it right now, my loves, because you are so programmed and so conditioned and so angry, rightfully so, that you don't have a community and you've been disillusioned by church, synagogues, by mosques, and by places where you just felt like you didn't belong. But I'm telling you that standing up for jihadists is not the way to go. There is another way. You're going the wrong way, my loves. Please ask yourself, is it the words that I'm saying I'm in love with? Is it true that America and Israel are the biggest threat to human civilization? Because I think someone told you to say that. And it's actually, those are the two countries, the only two democracies that are used to putting themselves out there to say, hey, we stand for democracy. We stand for human rights and civil rights, even if it's not perfect. And even if sometimes people from different communities get hurt. It's way different when you're dealing with a jihadist who really doesn't want other people to have any rights. Israel is on the side of humanity. Israel is standing up for humanity. We have the same evil opponent that the innocent Palestinians have, and that is Hamas. And there are many Israelis fighting for Palestinian life right now. Can't say the same thing about Palestinians fighting for Israeli lives. Can you? This is a fight for the freedoms that we currently hold right now in the West. And we've been saying this for 20-something years. Anyone who's lived in the Middle East knows it, can feel it. As soon as you go there and you live there for a while and you start to get educated on the powers that be and who really wants to take over, this is not just a war between Israel and Palestine, God forbid. This is a war on the West. This is a war on democracy and civil rights. And Israel and America at the moment are two of the only countries that are in agreement, standing up for human rights and civil rights. May you find a beautiful, welcoming, and warm and loving community right now to share your passion and your soul and your love and your energy with. And may community that's seeking you find you. And may you be open to a new way of living your life so that you can actually focus your energy into building the world instead of destroying it. Am Yisrael Chai, Shabbat Shalom, have a great weekend. Namaste, Salam. The good people who are kind and want good in this world, find one another. May we unify for good, and may we overcome all the darkness.